Alright. Hello, hello, hello. I had a warm-up game before I started, and I sort of identified, you know, um, some items from the run, and I got this. So this would help my LOD wizard side. So that's cool. I am going to work on it now. I mean, it's not totally the best, but it's better than most of the pieces. That would help my LOD side. Let's take a look. Yeah. Of course, the downside is I lose the physical resistance bonus direct, right? But it just looks a little bit better considering I couldn't roll away the magic missile. So in order to save one detail's stat line difference, it's just more specifically better. And then armor is what we want on that stat line. So there we go. That's better. I am going to keep this here. And then we can keep moving. Let's go. Spend blood charts now. I am continuing to work on the Tarasha orb just in case I get something.
Are you ready? What? I didn't even know I had that thing. I require a new skill.
Right, so continuing all of that would be to work on the whispers that I recently worked on, right? So all these whispers will be worked on. I'm going to try to get them to all of them to 135, I believe. That is the goal for today. So some of the runs might be super slow and some of the runs might be super fast, depending on how lucky the pylon spawn points are going to be. During the warm up, it was super slow. The pylons were just everywhere. That was not consistently helpful. Even though it's like a mid speeds or something like that, but it ended up turning into like a push speed instead, as in 8 minutes for no reason, right? But it ended up dropping this pair of pants, so uh, quite funny enough, whenever I do slower runs, I sort of get rewarded in a sense of just practicing a different thing, and then you don't have to worry about like, oh, every other loot is just gonna be because you're doing speed GRs. You're just basically gonna salvage them as quickly as you can to get to the next keystone, right? And so I'm thinking about something else entirely, which is what I'm doing during the rift. And if you're thinking about something during the rift, the game wouldn't know what you want, and it might give you something useful. So oftentimes when you're thinking about the thing, Kadala doesn't give it to you, right? So, or even drops don't give it to you because that's the first one that you're looking for. So it's a bit of a mind game, and that's another reason why I prefer doing mid speeds. I do mid speeds, well, I do mid speeds all the time because I prefer using as many Oculus rings, even though I can't really use too many Oculus rings on this one specifically sometimes
I wish I could do that.
because I just want to keep moving forward. So when the Oculus Ring goes backwards, uh, I sometimes just ignore it
I must wait longer.
because it's not the same as some other
I
builds,
wish I could do that.
such as the God DH, where I quite control the RNG slightly better.
I wish I could do that.
Here, this elite is practically annoying, so...
I wish I could do that.
Speaking of pylons, got the 7% power pylon. One of those early pylons. Which is funny because I've been kiting my first elite the whole time. I mean, if it decided to follow, that was a double kill, right?
The prophet would be pleased. I wish I could do that.
Hey, how are you doing? I just got this pair of pants just now before the turning up. Oh wait, what? I'm gonna
I
get the
must
3
wait
pylons
longer.
by 50% or by 67% ish. Yeah, I just got this, which is looking a little bit better than the previous one because the previous one had magic missile on it that I couldn't roll out. So
I wish I could do that. Your grave
just
awaits.
gonna work on my whispers.
I wish I could do that.
Gonna get them all prepared to at least 135 today. That would be the goal. And I'm gonna use, you know,
I wish I could do that.
2,000 of a second. I mean, it's just a pair of pants that in the LOD.
I wish I could do that.
I can show longer. I mean,
Not ready yet. I must wait longer.
does that help? Yeah, it's alright. I lost physical resistance from
I
my
must wait
previous one,
longer.
but I eliminated one magic missile stat line. Just, you know,
I
make
must
the
wait longer.
details more clean. Sometimes I really wish, that
I must wait longer.
if Diablo 3 wasn't in maintenance mode, that pickup radius, for example, they could have done something with like,
I wish
let's
I
say,
could do
Black
that.
Hand Key item, right? The legendary Black Hand Key. So they could introduce like, oh, now your black
I
hole
must wait
skill
longer.
um extends the radius of the black hole, or your like
I am certain
additional black
you
holes
deserve
are
that.
based on adjacent by radius. I've always thought about that.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I know, but I just like anything direct bonus because it had all resist on it previously before that
I wish
vitality.
I could do that.
Before that vitality, it was all resist. It was like
Your grave
114 or
awaits.
something. So like
I wish I could do that.
I just like bonus direct resistance. It's basically a Rift Guardian
I wish I could do that.
concern, really. Or like, if you decide to pull like, you know, uh,
I must wait longer.
a lot, like, it's kind of like on my GR 145, if I hadn't gotten the shield
I
pylon,
wish I could do that.
uh, I know that those are elites, but like generally speaking, if you pull a lot, all these spearmen would be physical resist. It's like because the pickup radius is only good if you are actually concerned about how you loot the orbs, or if you really play a skill that actually plays into that. So like adding pickup radius is also terrible sometimes because, for example, right, the goal of the 99% check is to avoid the very last three orbs as best you can sometimes. And when you expand your pickup radius by a little too much, you also make it worse. So it's more about those things than comparing just the main stat bonus. I mean, the main stats original overall resistance thing. It's this guy. Shall we merry-go around this spot, maybe? Maybe I can trick it a little. Yeah, that's the only other problem is that I also lose my line of sight because he's also losing the line of sight himself. Oh, you're speeding up. This is like a day by Dead by Daylight kind of like. Uh, isn't that a good reference? Because normally in Dead by Daylight, for example, the hunter would, you know, do something like that. That's a funny spot, I guess. Even though sometimes you would lose the line of sight, and then I lose my. Uh, I mean, I don't even actually need to use deflection on 130. It was just in my obviously the push armory save. Yeah, and these are, and like these 130s, I've had faster ones, like really fast ones. We were talking about like 4-minute 37 versus like almost 8 minutes ones or 8-minute ones, literally. It's non-ancient, but I guess it's whatever. I 22 stack to starts. Lovely. 22 stack made the 4% gain very quick. Question is, should I go the other way first? Well, that answered it. Kind of. It might be a rectangle anyways, right? So by the time I get
I wish I could do that.
to the junction, probably get a pylon to help me with whatever I have left overs.
I must wait longer.
Power pylon. Oh, well, the pylon arrived a little early. It is gonna help me against this spinner, but I think by the time I check the rectangle, it's dead already, so... something hit me.
I must wait longer.
Oh, there's another elite behind me, or up ahead. That's always nice when you get a power pylon to make use of it.
I wish I could do
The
that.
downside is, did I get any additional orbs? Okay, I didn't. I was just hoping that I didn't. Oh, speaking of orbs, they were about to die.
I wish I could do
It's like
that.
opposite, right? I intended to check backwards in case the minions died to the power pylon, and it ended up being up ahead
I wish I could do
anyways.
that. I am so good.
Ah, found it.
I must wait longer. I wish I could do that.
Didn't zap.
Still waiting.
I guess it's square. It wasn't
I wish I could do that.
far walking one. Spaghetti!
Need more time.
Brunch. Diablo for brunch.
I must wait longer.
Chickens.
I wish I could do that. They could see me now. I must wait longer.
I guess the pylon might probably be here. Uh, I wanted
I
to
wish I could do that.
go a different way. Oh, the pylon didn't. Okay, that's cool. I didn't want it specifically there, but it might pop up
I
here
wish I could do that.
also. Alright. See. It was somewhere.
I must wait longer. I'm just warming up. I must wait longer.
Wow. It,
I must
it was
wait
gonna be
longer.
bottom left the whole time. Hmm. Okay.
Still waiting.
Generally for spaghetti, I like to find
I wish I could do that.
3 or 4 tiles to play, you know. That way you can get away from your annoying map that people don't like to
I
play,
wish I could do that.
you know.
I wish I could do that.
Skeletal
I must wait
Ranger.
longer. You dare attack me?
Is there any like? Well, I guess my panel was what 80 something, right? It wasn't gonna be anything. Where are you going? I'm confused what she was.
Wait longer.
I mean, I know that now she is aiming at Enchantress. Earlier, she went somewhere else.
I must wait longer. You have triumphed.
It was almost like she was helping me to fight the bats.
I may be able to help you.
Alright, let's try to get this. I guess it went successful. Never mind.
I am returning to town. My power grows.
Just ranking up whispers.
You look like you could use a new item of what? I didn't even know I had that thing. Fate smile. See you soon. What? I didn't even know I had that thing. Let's see what happens. Ooh, that's nice. Can I have it back?
Alright, I mean, did I did I have something better already? I kept this because of the 20% and the APOC. It kind of has arcane power that I like. Because when you play Hydra, you have the Blizzard skill that costs quite a lot, and the multiplier was like 2% from 145 to 17%. The 147, yeah. So it's like yes, the 3% loss up there, but the 2% down. So it's like a wash-ish. But you gain more arcane, like one additional arcane power, which is helpful with the Blizzard casting.
I wish I could do that.
Skeletal Rangers again.
I wish I could do that.
Skeletal Rangers are very interesting. If you find a
I
good
wish I could do that.
start of them, they give you the first like 3 to 7%, depending on how many there are.
I wish I could do that. Revel in your victory, my friend.
Second blue.
I must wait longer. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Um,
I'm just warming up.
this is like blue fallen, but
I must wait longer.
the other.
I wish I could do that.
There's more of the other ones than the blue fallen
I wish I could
themselves.
do that. I wish I could do that.
Oh, it's the exit already.
I
How
must wait
how hurt
longer.
is this? I guess it's half. Well, there's two together anyways, right? Or yeah. So I guess I'll just stay for them.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, just stay for the main ones. It's fine.
Not ready yet. I am unstoppable.
Really? Aw. I was gonna go use that
Still
other
ready.
Oculus ring.
Not ready yet.
Demon Trooper. Offsets.
Your defenses are nothing. Need more
Demon
time.
Trooper. Usually Exarchs, but this time it's well, it's actually voracious zombie stuff. There just happen to be some mix of demon troopers in
Must
here.
wait longer. I wish I could do that.
Handling.
I am still so good. I astound myself.
Guild's 1/4 left.
I must wait longer.
Oculus ring.
I wish I could do that.
Exit. Aliens or
I must
something.
wait longer. I'm just warming up. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Speed up ahead. I don't even know where the ghost
Need more
going.
time.
Oh, thank you for the reverse spin. Where the density at?
I wish I could do that.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Oh, it's you. My GR145.
I need arcane power. Need more arcane power. I must wait longer. I need arcane power. You have triumphed. Let's see what we can do. I am returning to town.
Uh-uh.
Impressive.
Most impressive.
Are you ready?
Heaps.
I must wait longer.
Scavengers.
Still waiting. Not ready yet. Need more time. I am so good. I astound myself. I must wait longer.
Break even. Into a blue.
I wish
Up
I could do
ahead.
that. I wish I could do that. Still waiting. I am unstoppable. I must
Another
wait longer.
blue. Is this the dead end? Yes. Alright. Oculus Ring. Let's use it for
I
just
must
a
wait longer.
little.
How does that feel? I wish I could do that.
Speed.
I must wait longer.
I wonder if I stand here that the blue elite will follow. Exit
Not ready
already.
yet.
Wow, okay.
How does that feel?
I think the blue elite died.
I wish I could do that.
It's alright.
Still waiting. If my
Can
old
play more
masters could
density
see me
instead.
now.
speaking of more density, I ended up getting what, 2 elites, or is it just one? Two.
I wish I could do that. You dare attack me? I wish I could do that.
I think a third one saw me. Wait. Aha.
I must wait longer.
You know what? It's free shield for 1,000 elites.
Dare attack me? Not ready yet.
This is like my 145-ish, where they decide to have all elites following.
I wish I could do that.
Oculus ring under my feet. Bye-bye. That was a lot of progress.
I must wait longer. I must wait
It's like
longer.
5 elites or something.
Your
Conduit
defenses are nothing.
looks quite central.
I wish I could do that.
This is probably enough, right?
I wish I could do that.
The Rift Guardian has found.
I must wait longer. I must wait longer. I must wait
Shield's
longer.
about to go down,
I
actually.
don't have enough arcane power.
Ooh.
You have triumphed.
Aha! Primals. And a Petrite Scream. Belt. Oh, speaking of the Black Hand Key. That's so funny. Earlier I was referencing pickup radius to have a introduction of maybe a better kind of change to an item where so what if they turned this item to where it would relate to your pickup radius? This is not the total that I have. This is the total after the buffs and everything. But based on pickup radius that you can get additional adjacent radius, or maybe the size of the skill, the spell, gets, just like how Wave of Light Cyclone Strike, right? Cyclone Strike uses implosion, right? So you extend the radius, but instead of the rune itself extending the radius, it's the actual item having a power text that would have a range of radius, or using your based on your radius. I mean, there are certain spells here and there on one or two classes, right, that have relationship with pickup radius. So it's just more interesting when the game can, you know, if it had more time, it would have been able to probably make use of Black Hand Key in some way.
I need to go back.
or whatever they want to do with the item, because there are still some items that don't have a power text yet. Oh, they gave me Witching Hour. They're like, they're like, you can stop playing that Shame of Dalsir belt that you play on the LOD wizard and just play a Witching Hour, you know? Oh, wow. They actually gave me armor. They actually gave me the primary stats where, let's just say if you farmed a lot of paragons, then the primary stats are done. The only funny thing is the secondaries are terrible though. I mean, that's the purpose of having really solid primary stats. That's funny though. All right. Well, that's an interesting thing. Very, very interesting. That's cool. Although I really like the Shame of Dalsir version against the Rift Guardian though. Except in some cases it's not. Oh, I got this one of these crossover pylons. You know, I've seen one or two videos where this pylon can get missed very easily. Because if you walk the right side, you wouldn't reveal the Fog of War, by the way. I mean, generally speaking, this one is probably easier to see. There is another one that's a little more, I think, that is even more difficult to reveal. I think this one was pretty easy. That even if you walk past it, I was just hoping that there's a bonus elite. But I think this one was ended up being the direction anyways. Which is the other reason why this one was easier to see, because this was the direction. Normally the one that I'm referring to is the one where the exit is on the other side. And so normally you would walk past it if your percentage actually got into the pylon spawn RNG timing, then that specific corner pylon would be pretty terrible, because it doesn't suit the gameplay anyways, because you don't actually want the pylon to spawn there. But it's like, if you accidentally got a certain amount, in which for me that one was a super early pylon, so it's like mispositioned by accident because the pathing was really narrow anyways. But it ended up being that the conduit was in the correct direction anyways, so it's fine. It's just lacking a bit of oomph to the total number of advantage, and also that this little pathing there, uh,
I must wait longer.
even though I like try my best to teleport over my conduit, and already the duration was
I wish I
running
could do
short,
that.
so as soon as I walked past the bridge, it was done. So it didn't matter too much.
Not ready yet.
But the misposition of the pylon on the previous floor really is annoying, which normally means that my warm up
I wish I
percentage
could do that.
also ruined my pylon positioning. Now, the warm up percentage really means that whenever
I wish I
I
could do
have
that.
a designated day to do something, I use the first available best screen of monsters as my warm up. So when I gain the
Still waiting.
percentage, then I end up spawning the pylon incorrectly.
They could see me now.
Because if you didn't
I
want the
must wait
pylon, you
longer.
wouldn't kill anything or try to avoid even the early pylon RNG as best you can. So it's like my habit of using warm up
Need more time.
from density really hurts the positioning as well. All right, so there's two elites. Well,
It's
actually, it's
only
like more like one and a
getting
half now
started.
because that first one is probably dead.
I wish I could do that.
This one's just about to go as well before I can even play the shield pylon.
Need more time.
Alright, I guess I'll just move on.
I must wait longer. I'm just warming up. I wish I could do that. How does that feel?
There's the blue here, right? Okay.
I wish I
I
could
don't
do
really
that.
need the blue.
You dare attack me? Still waiting. I wish I could do that.
99% check.
Hunger never
Woo!
lets up.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
I must wait longer.
Shield's about to go.
I must wait longer. Next, you have triumphed. I'm here to help.
Alright, back to this one, I guess. Alright, you might as well continue.
I am returning to town.
Since you were on a roll. The goal is to get
Your valor
them all to 135 anyways.
I am stronger still. Such a brave. What? I didn't even know I had that thing. Don't be shy. Ooh, that's nice. Can I have it back? Hello there. Don't forget, luck always changes.
Tarasha orbs are really elusive, huh? And there's no monsters. Starting with this hook, by the way, is terrible, especially in when you, well, not that you would ever not skip this uh map, but when you start with this hook, this is the worst start.
Not ready yet.
You basically lose like 30 seconds just having no setup whatsoever. And then on top of that, it's Hulk's mob set, so you're like behind time so badly. So even like on this 130, for example, normally you
I must wait longer.
normally it's a break even already, but it's not. And the reason is due to that hook starts.
Still waiting. I wish I could do that.
Really? A 5% Taiwan.
Need more time.
Teleporter.
Not ready yet. Need more time. These abominations must die.
Thank you. Save me some walking time.
I must wait longer.
Robot face. Hook into robot face. That's not bad, I guess. Probably want to stay on this side of the robot face for a while.
Your grave awaits. I must wait longer.
Oh, that even the even
Do
this
that.
vulture was the teleporter. Wow. I didn't read what the affixes were on the vulture.
I must wait longer.
I was just busy kiting.
I must wait longer. I wish I could do
Speed.
that.
Can I have the other Hulks, please? Thank you.
I must wait longer.
Yeah, I want to funnel them this way.
I must wait longer. Skill ready.
Really? A double elite at the exits? I guess they're trying to make up for the poor opening, huh?
I must wait longer.
They're like stalling me on the exits, but they're trying to make up for the really terrible opener. I suppose Oculus Ring under the feet means that one goes bye-bye.
I must wait longer.
This is probably one of those just randomly drop meteors go through this floor.
I must wait
Yielding.
longer.
Wait, are there two again? Yes. Three. Make that three.
I must
I
wait
was
longer.
counting. Why did you interrupt me with a third?
I must wait longer.
One down. Probably second one down in a bit. Is that the exit? If it's the exit, then I have to clear this first. Yep. So this was the fast kite.
I must wait longer.
And only to end. Well, let's get the density going first.
I am so good. I astound myself.
Or not.
Need more time.
Oof. Almost went spawning before clicking the pylon.
I wish I could do that.
The Rift Guardian has found.
Wait, what?
I wish I could do that.
Okay. I was about to say, did a double attack.
I wish I could do that. You have triumphed. I'm skilled at clarifying
Let's try to get this one. This one has been failing. Crazy. Holy. And it was from previously too. Okay. Well, I guess there is another 120 rank 125,
Unsurpassed.
I didn't think I could get any better.
but I have to work on this one at some point. So this one's been failing and stalling. I guess it's stalling to do several more rifts, so it's not terrible.
Are you strong enough to survive the trial?
Big spiders.
Skill rating.
4%. See, this is what I mean, like, that hook earlier on that
I could do that.
Halls of Agony start disrupted the break-even start.
I must wait longer.
This one though, the blue is actually quite annoying. Where I already took out most of the percentage that I wanted from it. The blue is just making me overstay, and I don't really want to stay. And you don't have to, because it's such a ridiculous floor anyways, where if you are playing a higher rift, you would get away from that floor anyways, after you clear the density. So, that's what I'm gonna do. Because had the blue been lower health, I would stay. And yes, this is only a GR130. Why would I not stay? It's just habit of practice.
I must wait longer.
If only they could see me now.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
Double bridge. The monsters on, most of them are on the other side. Okay.
I wish I could do that.
Is this like the fast exit, or is this just one of those weird intersections?
I must wait longer.
Paneling. 25, 26. Paneling. Yeah, this is one of those weird intersection ones that loop around. Which means I have to find more elites around first. Or this one is the exit. Okay. Alright, so this channeling is not that good, I suppose. Maybe there's an elite here hiding that I didn't check just now. Alright, so there are probably, what, 2 elites or so?
I am
Plus,
unstoppable.
oh, 3, so 4. Alright, that's fine.
I must wait longer.
Let's try to funnel them together. Oh, thank you for the teleport, I guess. One down.
I wish I could do that.
Even the pylon elite is a teleporter. Oh, that's funny. Pylon elite's probably the one that's gonna outlast everyone else anyways. Here's the boring walk back. Yet another Hell Rift. Some base beasts mixed.
I wish I could do
Just
that.
warming up.
I must wait longer.
Probably not stay for this elite, right? But it's already half. Might be able to clear them.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that.
By the time I reach the exit, it should die. Into the Grand Cathedral staircase. I remember this Grand Cathedral staircase GR142 or something like that it was. I think that led to a really nice, what was it? It was either a Strafe Impale clear or something like that. It was like Ice Porcupine, Grand Cathedral. Yeah, but this conduit is weird, I suppose. It's like almost a waste of time on this elite.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Wait, what? Really? Oh, okay. I was about to say, you better port over. That was ridiculous that it spawned on the other side. I mean, this spot is... Like, this entrance was so large. Why would it do that? Oh, you sniped this spot right here? That's smart. Alright, I lost my stack. Alright, there's 2 left that is not 130 and above. Alright, last 125, and then I can move on up.
Your skill has grown.
And yes, even though these are slow, I'm moving on up anyway. Because the point is to work on the whispers.
Unleash your power.
Cursed mob set.
I must wait longer.
4%. 5%.
Still waiting.
Really?
I wish I could do that.
Wow, that wormhole was quite clever.
I wish I could do that.
Again.
I wish I could do that. Your defenses are nothing. Not ready yet.
Man. What? 6%, 23%. That's really odd.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
3 pylons by 49% or something? Is it one of those riffs?
I wish I could do that.
We will see. It's either 50% or 49%, right? Because 6 into 23.
I must wait longer.
If only they could see me now. Need more time.
I wish I could do that. Look, just over there.
Alright, how hurt is the elite by now?
I must
Wasn't
wait
even
longer.
paying attention to the elite. I was just trying to get the density. Probably, nah, not, not far enough.
I am unstoppable.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. I must wait longer.
How does that feel?
I must wait longer. I wish I could do that.
Alright, is it
I wish I could do
49%? No? Really? Aw.
Your grave awaits.
Alright, is it 50% somewhere? No? I mean, the Python spawn point is probably like lower. So
I wish I could do that. I must wait longer.
I'm just trying to get their attention, by the way, or keep their attention.
I must wait longer.
If only they could see me now.
I want to funnel all of
I
them.
must wait longer.
Some help here, baby? No, really? Aw.
I must wait longer.
Well, I guess I better not overstay this spot.
I must wait longer.
Maybe 3 pylons by 67% or 63%.
I must wait longer.
Alright, 67. Let's go check. Pylons, pylons, pylons. Exits. Got to be one, right?
I must wait longer.
I am so good. I astound myself.
That is really odd.
Not ready yet.
So, 6 into 23 into nothing. Hmm.
I must wait longer.
That is quite suspicious.
I must wait longer.
It's almost like one of those plate tunnels where it's stalled so harsh by the position of the map, but it's
I
not.
wish I could do that.
This was just
Didn't see
terrible
that, did you?
in terms of the layout of this halls, I guess,
I
which
wish
is
I could do
what I
that.
was referring to with the plate tunnels. Like, the plate tunnels can push your second pylon really far, but this one is pushing my third pylon really far. Like, not only by position but by percentage. Like, there's got to be a pylon at the entrance here, right? Thank you.
I wish I could
It
do
was
that.
it was bound to happen, unless it's a two pylon rift, which even at 6 and 23 it wouldn't make sense. Like, that's really way too early. Oh, there we go. See? I was about to say, like, there should have been a pylon. So it basically got pushed. The conduit got pushed by the poor layout of the halls,
I wish I could do
basically.
that.
Because the speed pylon was my actual final pylon. Even though, again, it could have been 3 pylon rifts still, but I was making good progress. I don't think so. That was an interesting way to look at the pylons, though,
Let's see what we can do.
because I had 2 early ones, and then the final 2 was also at the back end of the progress percent, which is why it's 8 minutes, because I was looking for help when I was kiting the 3 elites together in that Halls of Agony. I was looking for that corner pylon to just like speed things up, and there wasn't any. So it's wasted like a full minute and a half. But yeah, that's the most fun about, when you play like riffs, just actively think about,
Anything could happen. What?
plan out your
What is that
pylons.
thing? You look like you could use. Well, it's a good paperweight. See you soon. You look like you could use. Well, isn't that nice? What a steal.
All right, so I think this is probably one of the last GR130s, or should I just move on higher anyways? Because this is the last 128. I think I should step it up like just a little bit now.